Hello everybody, it's Mike Patterson from Patterson Photography and First Choice Photo here in Southern Alberta, Canada. Welcome back to the studio. Well, today I want to talk about something that confuses a lot of people, and that is getting prints made from either your digital camera or from your cell phone. Now, not necessarily where to take them and so on and so forth, although I hope if you're around this area, you bring them to me, obviously, but that's beside the point. What I want to talk about is how to order or what sizes to order, or when you order a size, what happens to your image. And there's so much confusion around here, and there's good reason for that. So I'm going to get into it in a second, but I ask you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, that you click on the subscribe button, click on the bell notification next to it if you want to be notified when I upload new videos, and click on the like button when you like this video. So here we go. Years ago, when we had 35mm film, it was easy to describe this, although it was still confusing. Today now we have 35mm, we have slides that people are still getting prints from, we have digital cameras, and we have cell phones and tablets. Now I'm going to group them into two groups, only because it helps to explain it a little bit better, and it takes this video from being 22 hours down to just a few minutes. So the first group I'm going to group everything into is your 35mm film, your slide film, and your digital cameras. So that'll be in group 1. In group 2, I'm going to group your tablets and your cell phones. So in group 1, we've had this problem for a number of years. We look at a slide, we look at a negative, or we look at a digital file from a digital camera, and we say, that looks really great, I want to get a print of it, so let's go get it printed. So we take it to a lab and have it printed, and we get it back and we go, but there's something missing on my picture. It's like there was a waterfall, but there was also a beautiful tree next to the waterfall. Where did this go? Well, here's what's happened. When you get a print made from film, slide, digital camera, the ratio of that image, and I'm not going to get all into ratios and everything like that, but the ratio of that image works perfect for prints from 4x6, from 8x12, from 11x16, from 16x24. The whole image on those sizes will be shown when you get a print made. So if we have a 4x6 print made, all the images there, it looks perfect. If we have an 8x12 made, it looks perfect. If we have 11x16 made, it looks pretty close to perfect. A little bit will be shaved off, but it's close to, not a lot shaved off. If we get a 12x18 made, a 16x24 made, from all of those, the whole image will be there. The problem that we come into is that in the photography world, we started out with weird sizes. We had 4x6s, and 4x6s was a great print size. Everybody loved it. It was just perfect, fit in albums, easy to hand out, easy to give around. Everything worked great with it. Then the next size up from that, we went to 5x7. Now, 5x7 is a good size. It shaves off a little bit in proportion wise than a 4x6. So what it does is when you get a print made, it shaves off just a little bit on the long side off of the 5x7, but we're talking just a slim bit. Then we go up to the next size, and here's where the problem hits. We say, okay, we got a 4x6, we want an enlargement, give me an 8x10. Everybody asks for an 8x10. If you've got frames on the wall, chances are you have an 8x10 frame. If you've got a bigger print on the wall, it's an 11x14 frame. So those two sizes were the big ones, but 8x10 was known to everybody. And 8x10s, the reason that they became so popular is years ago when photographers ran professional studios, they offered as their main print an 8x10. That was the first print that they got out. And the reason being they offered that is because the size of the negatives that they shot fit perfectly in an 8x10 frame. Then we bring in 35mm. Then we bring in slides. Then we bring in digital. And all of those proportions don't fit an 8x10. When you do an 8x10 from one of those files or one of those media, what's going to happen is you're going to cut some off. And most people don't realize this. I have people tell me constantly, give me an 8x10, but I don't want anything cropped off. Well, you can't do it. It would be like going to a store and saying, I want 25 liters of pop, but only give me a 5-liter container to carry it in. Well, you're going to have to make 5 trips. No, I don't want to. I just want to It just doesn't work. Well, that's what happens with an 8x10. You can't get a whole image in an 8x10. It just doesn't work. You can't do that. Likewise, 11x14, likewise 12x16, likewise 16x20. It doesn't work. So that's the first thing. And now the problem is if you send it to a discount place, a drugstore, a bulk printing company, they don't really look at what they're doing. They put it in the machine, they send it to the machine, they do whatever, and they hit print and away it goes. They don't see Uncle so-and-so standing off to the side. They don't see Grandma on the side. So somebody gets cut off, or a head gets cut off, or a foot gets cut off, or a baby that is sitting on the grass gets cut off. And so many times I have people bringing in saying, I got this printed at such and such a place, but it looks horrible. It looks horrible because they just printed what you gave them and they didn't care about what they were cutting off. If you would have asked for an 8x12, 11x16, 12x18, 16x24, that would have been the whole image. But the problem is that you can't put an entire image in a cropped picture. So now if you're not confused, hit the like button. If you are confused, hit the like button. The digital camera makers actually have set up multiple ratios. So some digital camera makers have a 1:1 ratio, which is a square image. The next one is a 4:3, which works out perfectly for an 8x10 or a 16x20, but the other sizes are now off. And then they have 16:9. Now I'm going to talk about 16:9 because it seems like most people that bring me in images have them set at that. And I think the reason that they've done that is because that is what their cameras take for video, and they have gone in and set their still cameras to that as well. So almost always you're going to end up having to crop your image unless you're having a custom frame made for it. Now, there are ways around it. I have done a lot of different things to get the whole image in, making mats so the image is in there, making panorama prints and so you're getting more of the image, so on and so forth. But if you want a 4x6, if you want a 5x7, 8x10, even an 8x12, which in a digital camera is the whole image, in a cell phone it's not. So the image is a different size. Now, how do you get around having this issue? First of all, you have to know the equipment that you're using. If you're using a cell phone, you need to know that the extra on the sides will not show when you get a print made, and that you have to zoom out a little bit so that the people aren't edge to edge, so that that waterfall isn't edge to edge, so that that beautiful panoramic doesn't go edge to edge. I had somebody the other day bring me in a digital file, beautiful digital file. They says, I want to get a bunch of 8x10s made of it. I said, well, first of all, 8x10 is like half of this image. I says, you need to get it longer. Well, I bought the frames already. Sorry, there's nothing you can do. Well, I really want it to fit in these frames. So what I ended up doing was I ended up taking the image, putting on an 8x10 mat, and I printed that so there was a lot of white space around the image, and it looked really good. It worked. But that was stretching how to get it fixed. So if you're going to print, the best thing that you can do is, first of all, understand the ratio. Second of all, if you can, before you even get to the point of printing, get a program that you can crop on your computer or on your tablet or on your phone that you can see what the image is going to look like. That will help you know if you can get a 4x6, 5x7, or 8x10 from that image without cutting everybody out or somebody out or cutting off heads or something like that. So next time you take a picture, remember what you're taking a picture on, whether it's your tablet or your cell phone. If it's on your digital camera, that's completely different again. And then think about that when you're going to order your prints. If you need help, I'm happy to help all my customers. Send me your files. I can tell you what can be done with it. If you have a good lab that you trust that are really helpful, go to them, ask them for help and ask them for explanation. But the best thing that you can do is try, crop, and just figure out what your equipment gives you. So until next time, I hope you get out there and get some amazing pictures. Click on the like button for this video. Click on the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to us, and the bell to be notified when we upload new videos. And I'll talk to you next time. See you later. Bye-bye now.